She was my brother's wife. Until one forbidden night changed everything. I'm standing in the kitchen, barefoot on the cold tiles, the hum of the refrigerator louder than it should be. It's past midnight and I should be asleep. But I can't, not after the message I just read. She left. 2 words. That's all my brother sent me. No explanation. No long rant, no broken emojis, just, she left. At first, I think maybe he means something else. Left for work, left for a trip, but no. Deep down, I know exactly what it means. I've seen the cracks, the awkward silences on calls, the way he avoided questions about her. Still, I didn't think she'd actually do it, and not for another man. I stare at the message like it might change if I just blink hard enough. But it doesn't. It just sits there on my screen, mocking me. I grip the counter, knuckles white because the anger is bubbling fast and hot, and if I let it out, I'll break something. My brother. The kindest soul I know. The guy who paid for her to fly to Canada, who covered her family's bills back. Home, who made sure everyone was taken care of, even when he was barely scraping by himself. And this is what he gets? The sound of a door opening snaps me out of it. I turn and freeze. She's standing there. Not her. Not the woman who broke my brother's heart, but her sister. The last person I expected to see tonight. "Hey," she says softly, like she's afraid her voice might shatter something. Her hands are tucked into the sleeves of an oversized sweater, hair loose around her shoulders. She looks different. Tired. Sad, maybe. Or maybe I'm imagining it. I don't answer right away. My jaw's too tight. My chest too heavy. "What are you doing here?" I manage, and my voice comes out rough. She hesitates, biting her lip before answering. I needed to pick up some of her things." Her things. The words hit like a slap. I laugh, cold, sharp. Of course, she leaves my brother, but God forbid she leaves without her crap. Her eyes flick up to mine then, wide and stung. For a second, I almost feel bad. Almost. "I didn't know where else to come," she says quietly. "I thought no one would be here." "Well, surprise?" I push off the counter, the phone still clenched in my fist. "You found me?" The air between us feels heavy. Too heavy. Like all the things I want to say are pressing against my teeth, begging to get out. Did you know? Did you help her? Are you just like her? But I swallow it down. She moves past me and I catch the faintest whiff of her perfume. Warm, soft. Nothing. Like her sister's sharp floral scent. It lingers as she bends to pick up a box by the door. "You're really doing this?" I say. My voice is low, almost a growl. "Taking her things like nothing happened?" Her hands still on the box. Slowly she straightens and turns to face me. There's something in her eyes, something I can't read. "I didn't want this," she whispers. "Any of it." The words throw me for a second, because there's no defense in them, no attitude, just truth. I take a step closer, then another, until I'm right in front of her, the box between us like a fragile line we're both pretending not to see. "Then why the hell are you here?" I murmur. Her breath catches, just a little. And that sound, it does something to me I don't want to name. She looks up, meeting my eyes. And for the first time tonight, I really look at her. The curve of her mouth. The way her sweater slips off one shoulder, baring skin I shouldn't notice but do. And suddenly it hits me, the thing I shouldn't feel. The thing I can't. Because I should hate her. I should hate everything about this. But standing here, so close I can feel the heat of her, I don't. I lower my voice, almost a whisper now. "I should hate you," I say. Her lips part, just slightly, like she's about to speak, but I don't let her. "Then why?" I breathe, leaning in just enough for her to feel it. "Can't I stop looking at you?" The silence after that is deafening, and in it, everything. changes. 2 days. That's how long it's been since that night in the kitchen. 2 days since those words slipped out of my mouth like a secret I wasn't supposed to say. I should hate you. Then why can't I stop looking at you? I've replayed it over and over, wondering what the hell possessed me. Why I let my guard down like that. Why I let her see a part of me I didn't even know was there. And the worst part? She didn't run. She didn't slap me or scream or throw the box in my face. She just looked at me, like she heard every word I wasn't saying. Now here I am, standing outside the apartment my brother used to share with his wife, the apartment he still pays for, the one her family lives in, because apparently I can't say no, she called this morning. Said she needed help moving some things. Her voice was soft, almost hesitant, like she wasn't sure I'd pick up. I should have said no. I should have told her to call someone else, but I didn't. And now, I'm walking up the narrow hallway, heart thudding like I'm about to do something illegal. When the door opens, she's there. Loose hair, faded jeans, that same oversized sweater, slipping off her shoulder like it has a personal vendetta against my self-control. She looks up at me, and for a second, neither of us speaks. Then she smiles, small, nervous, like she's testing the waters. You came. I swallow hard. You asked. She steps aside and I walk in. The apartment smells faintly of vanilla and something floral. Her scent, not her sister's. I hate that I know the difference now. Boxes are scattered across the floor, stacked like unspoken words. She bends to pick one up, and my eyes betray me. The curve of her back, the way her sweater lifts just enough to show a sliver of skin. I drag my gaze away, clenching my jaw. So, I say, forcing my voice steady. What's all this? Clothes, books, things she left behind. Her tone is clipped, but not cold. More like she's holding something back. I grab a box, heavier than it looks, and follow her out to the hallway. The space is tight, forcing us close. Close enough that my shoulder brushes hers. Electricity shoots through me, sharp and unwelcome. She notices too. I feel it in the way she stills for half a second before moving again. We load the boxes in silence, but it's not comfortable. It's thick, buzzing with everything neither of us is saying. By the time we're on the third trip, I can't take it anymore. You warned her, didn't you? I say, breaking the silence as I set a box down by the door. Her head snaps up. What? Before the wedding. You tried to talk her out of it. She stares at me, lips parting like I just pulled a thought out of her head. Then she looks away, exhaling. Yeah, she says finally. I did. Why? She hesitates, eyes fixed on the floor. Because I knew she didn't love him the way he deserved, and because I knew she'd hurt him eventually. Something tightens in my chest. Then why didn't you tell me? Her gaze lifts to mine, steady now. Would you have listened? I don't answer. Because we both know the truth. I wouldn't have. My brother was happy, and that was all that mattered. We go back inside for the last box, and that's when it happens. She's struggling with the weight, arms trembling, and instinct takes over. I step in, close, too close, and my hands cover hers on the box. Let me, I say, my voice lower than I mean it to be. She looks up at me, and God, that look. It's not just gratitude, it's something else, something dangerous. The box slips from our hands, landing on the floor with a dull thud. Neither of us moves to pick it up. We're standing there, inches apart, breath mingling, and for a second, I forget where we are. I forget everything except the way her eyes drop to my mouth and snap back up like she didn't mean to. My hand lifts, slow, like I'm underwater, until it's brushing a strand of hair from her face. Her breath hitches, and that sound. It's my undoing. Don't, she whispers, but it's not a command, it's a plea. I can't, I whisper back, And then, my phone rings. The sound crashes through the moment like a gunshot. I step back, dragging a hand through my hair, cursing under my breath. She turns away, arms wrapping around herself like she's cold. I don't answer the call. I just stare at her, at the rise and fall of her shoulders, and all I can think is, what the hell am I doing? What the hell are we doing? I tell myself not to go. All day I repeat it like a mantra. Don't go. Don't see her. Don't make this worse than it already is. And yet, when night falls, I'm standing outside her door. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. I only came to drop something off. An envelope with keys my brother left behind. That's it. No conversation, no lingering. Hand it over and leave. Simple, except nothing about her has ever been simple. I knock lightly. For a moment, there's nothing. Then the door opens, and she's there. Barefoot. Soft sweater hanging off one shoulder. A glass of wine in her hand, deep red glinting in the dim light behind her. She blinks, surprised. You? Me, I say, because it's all I've got. My voice feels thick in my throat. Her gaze drops to the envelope in my hand. What's that? Keys, I manage. For the storage unit. Oh. She steps aside, and against every voice in my head screaming, "Don't," I walk in. The apartment feels different tonight. Quieter. A single lamp casts a warm pool of light, shadows stretching across the walls. There's music playing softly, something slow, almost melancholy. It smells like vanilla, and something else. Something... her. She sets the glass down and turns to me. You could have just left these in the mailbox. I could have. I say. We stare at each other, and the silence hums, alive and dangerous. Finally, she sighs and gestures to the couch. You want a drink? I should say no. I should walk out right now. But my feet betray me. Yeah. She pours another glass and hands it to me. Our fingers brush, and it's like a spark jumping skin to skin. We sit. Her at one end of the couch, me at the other. A gulf between us that feels like it could swallow me whole. For a while, we just drink in silence, the clink of glass the only sound between us. Then she speaks, voice soft. My sister called today. I look up sharply. What? She wanted to explain. Her laugh is bitter, humorless. As if there's an explanation for walking out on a man who gave you everything. Anger flares hot in my chest. What did you say? That she doesn't get to call me anymore. Her jaw tightens. She made her choice, and now she has to live with it. I stare at her, something twisting in me. Because she's hurting, too. Not the same way, but still, this isn't easy for her. She doesn't deserve you, I say before I can stop myself. Her eyes meet mine, sharp and searching. And what about you? Do you think I deserve you? The question steals the air from my lungs. My pulse roars in my ears. Don't do that, I whisper. Do what? Her voice trembles, but her gaze doesn't waver. Make me say it. She swallows hard, lips parting like she wants to ask. But then I'm moving, slowly, like gravity's pulling me and I can't fight it. One breath, two, and I'm there, close enough to see the flecks of gold in her eyes, to feel the warmth radiating off her skin. My hand lifts, tentative at first, then surer, brushing a strand of hair from her cheek. Her breath catches, and God, that sound, soft, broken. It shatters me. Tell me to stop, I murmur. She doesn't. Instead, she whispers, I can't. And then my mouth is on hers. It's not gentle. It's desperate. Years of restraint snapping all at once. Her fingers clutch at my shirt, pulling me closer, and I don't fight it. I let her. Because I've wanted this. Even when I didn't. No, I wanted it. The kiss deepens. and everything else falls away. The apartment, the world, the consequences waiting on the other side of this moment. There's only her, soft and warm and tasting like wine and something sweeter. When we finally break apart, we're both breathing hard, foreheads pressed together like we're trying to hold on to something that's already slipping away. "This is wrong," she whispers. I know, but neither of us moves. Then, like the universe has a cruel sense of timing, her phone buzzes on the table. The sound jolts us, reality slamming back in. We pull apart, and the space between us feels like an open wound. She grabs the phone, glances at the screen, and her face pales. "It's her," she says softly. I stand, because I can't sit there and watch her answer that call. Can't stand the thought of hearing her voice after what just happened. "I should go," I mutter. She looks up at me, eyes wide, like she wants to stop me. But she doesn't, and I walk out. The taste of her still on my lips, my heart pounding like I left something vital behind. Because I did. I avoid her. For 3 days, I don't call, I don't text. I throw myself into work like it's a lifeline, because if I don't, I'll drown in the memory of that kiss. The heat of her mouth, the way she clung to me like I was the only thing keeping her standing. I tell myself it was a mistake, a moment of weakness, but then I see her name on my phone screen, her. "We need to talk. I should ignore it. I should delete the message and forget it ever happened, but my fingers betray me." Me. When? Her. Tonight. And that's how I end up here, back. At her door, heart pounding like a war drum. When it opens, she's standing there like she's been waiting. And God help me, she looks even more beautiful than before. Not because of what she's wearing, a plain t-shirt and jeans, but because of the look in her eyes. Like she's made a decision. "Come in," she says. I step inside, and the door clicks shut behind me. The air feels charged, humming with something alive. She doesn't offer me a drink this time, doesn't bother with small talk. She just walks to the window, arms crossed tight like she's holding herself together. Finally, she speaks. "We can't keep doing this." I let out a humorless laugh. "Doing what? Pretending we don't feel what we feel?" She spins around, eyes flashing. "You think I don't feel it? You think I don't wake up every damn day trying to convince myself that kiss didn't happen?" The rawness in her voice cuts through me like glass. "Then why fight it?" I take a step closer. "Because it's wrong," she snaps. "Because your sister walked away," I bite out. "She left him. She left everything. And you—" I stop, raking a hand through my hair. "You're not her." She stares at me, chest rising and falling. "It doesn't matter. People will think—" "Let them think what they want," I say, moving closer. "Let the whole damn world burn if it has to. I'm done pretending." She shakes her head, but her hands tremble where they grip her arms. And I can't take it anymore. 2 strides and I'm in front of her, close enough to feel the heat rolling off her skin, close enough to see the way her pulse hammers at her throat. "Tell me to leave," I murmur, voice low and rough. "Right now. Tell me, and I swear I'll walk out that door." Her lips part, but no sound comes. "Say it," I whisper, leaning in, my breath brushing her cheek. She closes her eyes, and for a heartbeat I think she will. But then, "I can't," she breathes. That's all it takes. I'm on her before. I can think, hands framing her face, mouth crushing down on hers like I've been starving, and she's the only thing that can save me. She makes a sound, soft, broken, and it drives me wild. Her arms loop around my neck, pulling me closer, and I don't fight it. I don't want to. My hands trail down, gripping her hips, pressing her against the wall like the space between us never existed. The kiss is nothing like the first. This one is fire, untamed, consuming, devouring everything in its path. Weeks of tension, years of restraint, all of it combusting in one violent spark. When we break apart, we're both gasping. Foreheads pressed together, her fingers tangled in my hair like she can't let go. This is insane, she whispers, voice shaking. I don't care. My thumb brushes her lower lip, swollen from my kiss. I'm not losing you. Her eyes soften then, something breaking open in them, something that feels like surrender. She leans in again, but I stop her, resting my forehead against hers. Tell me this isn't just about loneliness, I murmur. Tell me I'm not just a way to hurt her. Her eyes flash with something fierce. You think I'd use you? I don't know what to think anymore. She grips my shirt, pulling me close until her lips are at my ear. Then think this. I've wanted you longer than I want to admit. The confession punches the air from my lungs. For a second, I can't breathe. Then I'm kissing her again, slower this time, deeper. And for that moment, nothing else exists. Not her sister, not my brother, not the consequences waiting for us on the other side of this door. There's only us, and the fire we can't put out. The world feels quieter after what happened last night. Too quiet. Like the storm came and went, but left everything changed in its wake. I haven't heard from her since I left. I didn't expect to, not after the way we kissed like the world was ending, like nothing else mattered. Not after the things we said, the things we didn't. I should feel guilty. For my brother. For breaking the one line I swore I'd never cross. But I don't. Not the way I thought I would. Because for the first time in years, I feel alive. My phone buzzes, pulling me from my thoughts. Her name lights up the screen. Her. Can you come? No hesitation, no second guessing, just movement. When she opens the door, she looks different. Not in how she's dressed, still casual, still effortless, but in her eyes. There's a weight there, something heavy pressing down on her. I step inside, closing the door behind me. What's wrong? She doesn't answer right away, just walks to the window, arms wrapped around herself. Finally, she speaks. He called me. My stomach tightens. Who? My brother-in-law, she says softly. Your brother. The words hit like a blow I didn't see coming. What did he say? That he's moving to another province, starting over. Her voice wavers, and for a second I see it, the guilt she's been carrying like a shadow. He sounded broken. I rake a hand through my hair, pacing because I can't stand still. That's his choice. He needs a fresh start. She turns then, eyes shining with unshed tears. And what about us? What does that make us? The question hangs in the air like smoke. What do you want it to make us? I ask quietly. I don't know. Her voice cracks. I don't know anything anymore, except that I can't stop thinking about you, and that terrifies me. I cross the room in 2 strides, stopping just inches from her. You think I'm not terrified? You think I don't lie awake at night wondering what the hell I'm doing? But then I remember how it felt when I kissed you. How it feels every time you look at me like I'm something more than a mistake. Her breath catches, and for a heartbeat, there's nothing but the sound of it between us. I don't want to hurt him, she whispers. You didn't, I say firmly. She did. And you warned her. You tried to stop this before it started. Her hands tremble as she grips the edge of the window ledge. It doesn't matter. People will blame me anyway. They'll say I ruined your family. Let them talk. I take her hands, pulling them gently from the ledge and wrapping them in mine. The only voices that matter right now are yours and mine. She looks up at me then, and something shifts in her eyes. Something fragile but fierce. I don't want to lose you, she says. You won't. And before doubt can creep in, before the world can crash through the walls we've built, I kiss her. Soft this time. Slow. Like we have all the time in the world. Her arms slip around my waist, holding on like she's afraid I'll vanish. And maybe I am too, because this, us, feels too good to be real. When we break apart, I rest my forehead against hers. Come with me, she blinks, startled. What? Leave this place. Start over. Somewhere no one knows us. Somewhere we can stop pretending this isn't real. She searches my face like she's trying to see if I mean it. You'd really do that? Walk away from everything? For you? I cup her face, brushing my thumb along her cheek. In a heartbeat. Tears spill down her cheeks then. Not sad, not entirely, but something softer. She nods, barely, like she's afraid to let herself believe it. When? She whispers. Tonight. Her breath shudders out, and then she smiles, small, shaky, but real. And in that moment, I know. Whatever comes next, judgment, whispers, the weight of the past, it's worth it. Because this feels like the first honest thing in a long time. We stand there for a while, holding on like the world might end if we let go. Maybe it already has. Finally, I pull back, looking at her like I want to memorize everything, every freckle, every line, every look that tells me I'm not alone in this madness. Pack a bag, I say softly. We're leaving tonight. And when she nods, when her fingers curl around mine, I feel something I haven't felt in years. Hope. Maybe love isn't about finding the perfect person. Maybe it's about finding the one you can't walk away from, even when every rule says you should, and God help me, I'm never walking away.